Okay, so for this video, I'm going to be discussing a money bowl spell or a money cup spell. I'll be using this cup. Now, I would just get something from Goodwill and decide that that's going to be your money spell bowl or cup. And just only use that for money spells. It could be something cheap. Some people would say you would want to have something that reminds you of money, whether that would be like one of those goblets with like fake jewels on it, which I think you can get cheap online, or you could just get something colored green if you associate green with money, which a lot of people do. To me, the color is sort of irrelevant. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is you want to use incense. Burn the incense and immerse the cup with the smoke of the incense. Now, this incense should give you the feeling, the psychological feeling of wealth. And there are certain smells that evoke certain feelings, and you could just choose an incense that you like from some store that sells it. Now, I have this called money incense, and it really does kind of have a money vibe to it. I can't exactly describe it, but I would it somehow reminds me of money, just listening to it, or just smelling it. So the idea here is to just get the scent from this incense around the cup. I have a gold chain here. This is just a simple gold-plated chain, and I like to wrap it around the base of this cup. If you're using a bowl, you should still be able to do it, but you could, in theory, drape it around the edge, I suppose. Or if you had a cup with a handle in it, you could wrap the chain around the handle or something. So to me, this represents wealth in a way, so I like to have that. Now, people will like to put in different coins in this to represent money, or the representations of money. To me, quarters, U.S. American quarters that is, represent cash flow, because I associate quarters with vending machines. And ever since I was small, I always thought of the concept of vending machine as a cash flow. You know, I would put quarters in those stupid vending machines for toys or whatever, and you get this little cheap toy for 25 cents. And I loved that idea, the idea of having something that would generate income automatically. So at a very young age, I tied the concept of quarters, or not quarters, but vending machines to cash flow. So for me, I'm going to put these inside the cup. Now, when you do a money spell, you want to make sure that there's a lot of positive intention behind it. But you can put other things in this cup. But for my purposes, I wouldn't want to put anything flammable in this cup because I'm going to put a candle in later. So I wouldn't put leaves or anything like that inside, anything that would catch fire. Now, you might want to put certain things in here that represent money besides quarters. I have this gold, I guess, pendant. I don't use it as a pendant, but it's a $100 bill. It's made from real gold. And it was kind of expensive, but to me it represents money. And I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. So I'm going to be putting this candle inside, but I'm going to inscribe a symbol on the side of this. Now there's this symbol for gathering wealth, for income or whatever, that I have been using. It's from a 1916 book. So it's well within the public domain. And the name of the book is going to be listed on the picture. And basically the symbol is a planetary talisman, and it's supposed to only be used during certain times of the year. You're supposed to only be able to use it when making talismans. That doesn't seem to matter for me. I can use the symbol any time of the year, and it seems to have an effect. And there's a few reasons for that, and I won't go into it. But if this symbol doesn't resonate with you, and you don't feel that this symbol represents wealth, don't use it. Use a symbol that represents wealth to you. Now, this could just be a simple dollar sign or a simple pound sign if you're from the UK, your currency or whatever. Or you could just design your own sigil. There is power in using a sigil that other people have used. And I have had certain objects that I've owned with other sigils on them, and they have seemed to have magical effect. Now, you don't have to use my symbol, of course, but I'm going to go ahead and write this in on the candle. Now, I've went ahead and drawn the sigil on the side of this candle. I used an old pen to do it. It's not done very well. However, it doesn't seem to matter. I've done this before, and I took a pendant, a cheap steel pendant, and I used a nail to draw the symbol on a nail, or on the pendant. And it was a very powerful talisman, and I still have it. Now, the very act of looking at the sigil and focusing on all the lines and looking at all the lines specifically as you're drawing it, it's as if you're transferring the power of that symbol to this object, regardless of whether or not it's done well. You can do a very poor job of it, and it still seems to work. Now for this next part, you're going to draw a sigil of what you want on a piece of paper and a list of what you want. You can do one or the other. You don't have to do both. I like to do both. So what I do is I just think of what I want. Cash flow that's from a positive source. I don't want any kind of insurance claims or cash settlements, something from a negative point of view. Like, I don't want money from, like, an insurance claim from losing a car or something. I don't want that. So I'm going to think about positive income, positive cash flow from that makes me happy. And I'm going to draw a symbol as I do it, and just sort of draw and write words in the symbol as I'm doing it. And then you can write a list of things you want as well. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to show it for this video for various reasons. And I'm going to go ahead and put that underneath this cup. Now this cup's a little wobbly because of this paper, and you don't want it to be that way because you don't want a fire hazard. If you're going to have a cup or you're going to have a candle inside here, you want to watch it. That's what I do. I don't want to leave it unattended. It is a fire hazard, obviously, and candles are one of the number one, I don't think it's number one, it might be number two, but it's one of the top ways homes burn down. So you don't want to leave a candle burning by itself. Now, what I like to do is I will light this candle and I will stare at it and meditate and think about all the different things that I want this money for. How much money I want, what exactly it will look like. I want to visualize everything. And in the process of that, oh, by the way, this is just sort of a symbolic gold $1,000 bill. So I'm going to keep that right here as I stare at it. So, anyway, I'm going to have on some music in the background as I stare at this. Now you can have some sort of repetitive music, something that's low or something with certain frequency. Choose what you want, but the music can be very powerful because the music is designed to evoke emotions and psychology and everything. And music is designed, especially well-done music, takes many months to design, and it puts you in an emotional state that can really aid your magical workings, and not enough magicians do this sort of thing. Now, you could listen to something like rap music, like Black and Yellow, which talks about money, or Lana Del Rey's national anthem, or you could listen to classical music. It's really up to you. Or even dark techno music might be good too. which I have done before. So I'm going to go ahead and light this and stare at it and meditate on, or just think about what it is that I want. Now, another thing about this, I'm only going to listen to the song a few times, and as soon as I'm done thinking, or done with this ritual, I'm going to blow out the candle. I'm not going to let the candle burn all the way down, and I'm going to immediately take all the quarters and everything and put it away, and put this cloth away and everything. So this is only going to take like a few minutes, maybe 2 minutes. Maybe I'll listen to this on a few times. Maybe it'll be 5 minutes total. And after that, I'm going to clean up everything. Now, some magicians will say to hide this cup, or just put it away somewhere and forget about it, or, just ignore the ritual space for a while. I don't agree with that. I think when you clean up this ritual thing, and you take and you disassemble everything and you clean up everything immediately afterwards, you're more likely to forget it, which is kind of the goal. You want to forget this as soon as you've done it. So obviously when I edit this video, I'm going to have to think about it again. When I'm completely done, I'm going to just blow out the candle and say, it is done, and that'll be it. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this spell video. Check out the link in the description below. There's another spell for money you can buy, as well as some other interesting links relating to manifestation. Anyway, I am an affiliate on those. Just check them out. Hope you enjoyed this video.